Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, darlings? So, Monday. It sure feels like a Monday. I don't know about you guys. I spent the weekend, Lee and I spent the weekend not feeling our best. I love my grandchildren, but they're germy little things. I'll tell you this. Whatever stomach thing they had last week, Lee and I got it this weekend. So, not doing coffee this morning. I'm doing water. So, ginger tea helps too. I'm still trying to get some color back to my face, but it is what it is. So, how are you guys doing? My beautiful New Yorkers. I don't know if any of you are up near Buffalo, but good grief, 6 feet of snow. Dragonfly, did you get any of that, honey? Hi, Brianna. There's my dumpling. Miss Caroline, good morning, honey. We're actually going to start to warm up a little bit here this week. I mean, if the 50s are warm, I'd say it is compared to what it has been. Heat's still going down here. Pretty strong. Still limping along upstairs with the kids, but doing the best we can. That's all we can do. Good morning, Elle. How are you, honey? All right. So, just chit chat. Tell me how you guys are doing. We are going to get into a little bit of intel. Of course, you know the chat's always open to your all's questions to read on this morning if we want to. Morning, Joe, honey. How are you and Eve doing, sweetie? You guys have questions about anything. It can be personal, it can be political, global, financial, you know me. I'm all over the place. I go where you want me to. But we will talk about sovereignty a little bit. We're just going to begin the subject because it goes into a lot of different things. So, let's just start by asking the class, do you guys even understand the definition of sovereign? I know you can't Google it. No cheat sheets. Pop quiz Monday morning. Let's go. No snow, but a dusty family in the Hamburg. Oh, they got hit hard. Hamburg, yeah. Yeah, Buffalo. I'm praying for your family, Dragonfly. That's a lot of snow to dig out from underneath. You in charge? Yeah, well. Yeah. Sort of getting there. Sovereign, you in charge. Be more specific, Brianna. You're in charge of what? Self-governing. God in charge. There you go. You and God hand in hand doing the right thing. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. Sovereignty, basically supreme rule and power over yourself. Now we're going to talk about different realms and dimensions of sovereignty. We're just going to start with three-dimensional because this is where we're at, and there was, until we fully ascend to our crystalline bodies, do that kind of sovereignty. Our sovereignty right now has to do with basically knowing who we are, what we belong to, and knowing our own power. Now, as we ascend, now you can do this on a spiritual level, even being here in a three-dimensional world. Your ego will fight you tooth and nail because the ego lives on fear and sometimes doesn't understand what it's sovereign over. So it activates the fight or flight mechanism in you. and we react to fear. Now, when you know you're sovereign, it's like having a childlike thought process that once you realize who you are, no one can touch you spiritually. I'm sure they could try to do it physically, but you understand what I'm saying? You don't live in fear. You don't let people bully you and walk all over you and that kind of stuff. So there's a difference with a physical sovereignty and a spiritual sovereignty. And you guys pretty much already know that because you're here and you're understanding your spiritual ascension. But you are correct. You in sovereignty working with your creator because you are a spark of your creator. If a creator is sovereign, therefore you are sovereign. Now they want to give you a three-dimensional earthly term that says, kind of like a king and queen in a monarchy. No. You king and queen, prince and princess, but of God Almighty, not mankind. You guys pretty much know that. All right. So we'll start there, and eventually we're going to get into the spirituality of how we can grow in our sovereignty spiritually. And that's understanding a lot of the things and techniques that Nadia teaches us, like forgiveness meditation and dealing with past life trauma, childhood trauma in this lifetime. And we will eventually get into all that. Now, I don't want to go too deep into Monday morning class because it's going to be a process. And there are some videos that I may link in the description when I'm done. If not, I may wait till we get a little bit further into it. Joe, you're so funny. Breathe, Nadia. She just said everybody's name in one breath. Yep. Queen E lizard breath. That's a good way of putting that. Yep. Dead lizard lady. Yeah. Pretty daggone sure every last one of us are way more sovereign than it ever was. They just try to get you to think that you're under their rule. Well, when you're sovereign, you're not under anybody's rule. All right. And I find it fascinating that across the pond, across the drink in Britain, they actually refer to sovereignty as, in a financial situation, to gold. It's fascinating. I guess that's just a crown thing. I don't know. I'm still investigating that part, but in a physical, tangible thing. But anywho, what have you guys noticed just over the weekend since we talked last and I got accused of casting spells on people? How'd y'all like that? Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah. Here. There it is. And I'm turning it. Nadia wanted to know if we're going to come in here and sacrifice a chicken today. And I went, good grief. No chicken. People's just crazy. And I'm convinced. I'm really convinced that they're just bored. Like, do you just have nothing to do? But anyway, I wasn't going to address the situation at all. But the second email pissed me off because then they went after all the tarot readers in the intel community, or at least the ones that I'm aware of. And it's ridiculous. That's why I got defensive, because I'm kind of over the troll situation. You guys handle them when they come in here. You crack the whip when you need to, but there ain't no reason to go after everybody else because nobody's done anything to anybody. We just do our thing. We may do it differently, but we just do our thing. So, no sacrificing chickens and casting spells with a rope around my neck. It's just, ugh. But anyway, Caroline's got me a question here. During President Trump's announcement, Melania did not look like the real one. Who played Melania? Well, Mm, Um, I'm trying to figure out how to ask that because I want to see if we should just ask the question to begin with, if that was Melania. I think she looked a lot younger than she normally does, or something's off about like her neck seemed long. I don't know. So let's just ask, was that Melania? And then if the cards, the universe wants to elaborate on that in the same reading, they will. If not, um, we'll just ask a second question. Okay. All right. Interesting. That is fascinating. It's, I know you guys are like, what? It's fascinating. I'm just trying to understand it. This, it was Melania, but it wasn't this time realm Melania. Does that make sense? Because to me, she looked a lot younger. So when I asked, this is what it was. And it, Joe's yelling, spit it out, girlfriend. I will. Sometimes I just have to watch and I have to look at it real quick to make sure I'm understanding what I'm seeing because I don't want to tell it wrong. First card that popped up is the moon illusion. But, 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 family man king, this is just the integrity, but it was her. Integrity means truth. So it was her. It's not what you think it was. And I thought, what does that mean? This is your past just doing the work, and now you're waiting for some kind of result or something. But this is the one that threw me off because it's the 8 of Wands and it's moving. And I went, moving through what? And they said time. And I went, okay, because it takes time for to get ready for the harvest. You put a lot of work into stuff. It takes time. And they said, no, put it together. Move, quick moving. And then this is how I figured it out. This one, the Two of Swords, is fear of the unknown. Like, what does that mean? The truth is, it was a movement in time. And because I got the Lover's card, it is her, but I get a portal. Okay. Anytime I use this card, it's also an off-worlder's card. So, but I get a portal. And then with the time, because that's underneath the 8 of Wands, no, it's still her with the family, but a younger version. So somewhere somebody skipped over time there. Twin flame. It is a twin flame. So it's her, but a younger version, or a med bed version of her. Maybe that's why we got thrown off. Yeah, Caroline, and that's very true. But let's pull confirmation and see what they say. But the movement in time, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Uh-huh. Wow. Okay. So Queen of Pentacles. Now she's full of mystery. Now she's sovereign, but she's full of mystery. So it's mysterious. And you're right. I think you're right, Caroline. I don't think we're meant to know, because Two of Pentacles came up again, and that's just trying to find the balance, understanding. But anytime I get the twos and the columns and all that stuff, always remind me of portals. And that's how it resonates with me. 5 of Wands, fighting, because it could be a dangerous situation. Inner fighting, making sure there was a lot of security there. Now, if you go back and watch it, tons of security, including off-worlders. to make sure that this family is protected. Okay. So they didn't use that Melania. I've seen many things where they don't use the same current Trump, too. It's either a younger version or an older version. And I'm not talking about mass. I'm talking just them, their soul bodies, just in a different time frame. Does that make any sense? But I like this. This is the one that told me, nope, move through time. Yep, that's a movement. Movement, movement, movement. Asking, and then the moon says, I see two more. That's another portal. Portal. See, anytime I get these two things that pop up, it's a portal to me. That's the way it resonates with me. I don't know if it does with you or not, but it makes sense. She dressed pretty tacky. Yeah, she's normally, I mean, she's a classy lady. We know that. She's a beautiful lady. I mean, we don't always understand why she wears what she wears, but I also understand she dresses sometimes for comms. She's done that with certain dresses too. So, look, the same height as 6'3". Uh, well, I mean, she wears heels too. I know. There's hubby. Highly. He's on a different schedule this week because of Thanksgiving. He's only got to work today and tomorrow. But back to her height. I wonder if it wasn't. I'm trying to figure out how to put this. If it was a younger version of her, I don't know about you guys, but I've lost height as I've gotten older. As Lee tells me, I have settled like the foundation of a house. Whatever. But maybe it's not a younger version. She could be a little bit taller. But let's ask the question, though. Think about it. If that's her, maybe that wasn't him. I don't know. The white is a no-no in the fall. Her skirt was not the usual classy type. Talking about Melania from the speech the other night. Didn't look herself. She looked a lot younger to me. And they think that she was taller. I didn't really pay attention to that part because everybody was standing up when she walked in, and I've seen still shot pictures of her and then her briefly. I don't know what kind of stage they were on, if it was just flat ground. I don't know. There's a lot to consider, but yeah, we've seen this a lot. We've seen shorter versions of Trump himself. You want to talk about height and how tall somebody is? Barron Trump. Oh my goodness. I mean, I remember when Trump won in 2016. He was what, 10? Sleepy little thing on stage at 2 a.m. with his daddy. And now look at him. What is he, 6'7", something like that? Yeah. So let's just ask, was that the real Trump? Because maybe he's just a shorter version. I don't know. We've seen so many different versions, it's hard to tell. Well, let's just ask if that was him. I wouldn't be surprised if I got some of the same cards, but you know I'm shuffling. So we'll see if we get an illusion, a mystery. We shall see. All right. Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting. Same thing with him. Yes, it was him, but a different version of him. It's fascinating to me. So Queen of Wands, remember, she wears it like a cloak. So she's passionate. Means that our question is passionate. but there's some mystery behind it. What's the mystery? But asking if that is Trump, an ace, yes. That's my family cup ace. Now, this card comes up again. Two of Pentacles, balancing. Anytime I get twos, I say portal. This is the one that gave it away. Star card. It's a time travel, off-worlders. It's the mysterious. That's what I'm getting. But it had to be done, and this is why. Kind of like with Melania, security, because that Five of Wands that showed up and there was internal fighting there. Yeah, the military insisted on it. Okay. So, Two of Wands is the final card. And, of course, once again, portal. Meaning time travel. If I say portal, I mean that goes from different realms. So I also refer to it as time travel. But let's look at confirmation. So same thing. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so the Empress, dignity, sovereignty. Okay. Another Ace of Swords. Yes, that was truly him, but not the same one you think because the moon showed up again. Younger version. I guess I just was listening to what he was saying and not really what he looked like. I know that's a thing for people. Some people do that. I was just listening to what he was saying. But like I said, I'm not surprised that some of the same cards showed up. So different time versions of them, but it was them. Hi, Victoria. Hi, honey. Got back from shopping. Did you buy anything good? Or cheap, I should say, which is impossible. Yeah. Okay. Caroline, I hope that answers your question, darling. Check my phone. Somebody's beeping me. Oh, it's Miss Christine. That poor girl can't catch a break. She's still cleaning up from hurricane junk. Okay. That's all right. That's probably why she's not in here. But anyway, food shopping. Whew, then you did not get anything cheap, I'll tell you. I got to go back and get a few things myself. All right. So, yeah, like I said, Caroline, I hope that answered your question. Yeah, but you know what? You are correct. They dress for different comms and try to tell us certain things, and we don't always catch it. Sometimes we don't catch it for at least a week, and we go back and watch it again. But, all right, guys, what else? What else we got? Let's see. Got a lot of political stuff going on, which is fine, but I think a lot of it, that's just optics and what they're doing for the movie and all that junk. Stocking up on dog food. I heard those prices are going up. Now, we have cats, and cat food has gone through the roof. It's crazy. Even like cat litter. I mean, I'm going to start going and find somebody that chops trees and use sawdust at this point. Gotta carve up the turkey with your table saw. Joe, you're so talented, I tell you. Joe builds you a house and carve a turkey at the same time. Just got talent. You go into Walmart. Lots of people say don't go to big box stores like that. But you know what? I know we all need to support mom and pop stores and stuff. It's really hard to do when everything's so expensive. You go and do what you can afford. Eventually, humanitarian, it will be about mom and pop stores. Guarantee it. But yep. Wild turkeys running through your field. Hey. That's what you call free turkey. If you can shoot one. We did growing up. We didn't buy turkeys. We shot a turkey. It's what we did. You have a question. Go for it, Elle. What you got, darling? Is it true that when they turn off the internet, the Signal app is the text app that they claim will still work? Something about the military uses it. Yes. We'll pull cards, but as far as I understand, yes, and that's why it's downloaded on my phone. Just in case. I don't think it's going to be detrimental in the end of the world if we cannot communicate very briefly. I know quite a few teenagers and young people in our lives that will lose their marbles. But, if you're as prepared as you can be in your house, you've got everything and you're hunkered down, remember, our military will be there for us if we need something. We're going to pull cards on that Signal app, but they're going to have to do something because you can't just turn everything off because then not everybody has an analog antenna in their house. How are you supposed to broadcast anything if you turn everything off? I just don't know how they're going to do it. Now, please understand there is a difference between EBS and EAS. Okay? EBS is about, as far as I understand, it's weather alert. I could be wrong. Maybe it's the opposite. One is weather, and the other one belongs to the government and the military. So I don't know, but if you're going to do that, first of all, you can't turn electricity off because how are we going to know? Yeah, we won't tell. Go out there and get as many turkeys as you can. I will walk you through the process of how to pluck it, gut it, boil it. You got 2 doe in your backyard? Well, deer season's this week. I think it started today is buck season with a rifle. 3 feral cats, chicken thighs since Storm Sandy. Yeah. All right. So we're asking about this Signal app. Is this what they're going to use to communicate? All right. How many of you have it on your phone? Because I do. I don't necessarily use it. Lee and I do a test run every once in a while and talk back and forth to make sure we have communication. Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked. We need to make sure that we communicate with one another because I don't know if he's going to be at work when all this goes down or what, but interesting. Yes. The answer is yes. It just answered 2 questions in one, and it split them, and I'm looking at the answers. It told me more than what I really asked to know, but okay. Probably because they knew I was going to ask it in a minute. So, yeah. So the Justice card, and now it's a balance. They're figuring out the balance, but it's a definite yes because this is the 3 of Cups and community. This is a communication with us, basically, the people. Now, yep, to bring the truth, okay? Remember, the Empress is sovereign, and this is to bring the truth, okay? This is to take down, okay, and the justice system is behind it, military as well, to take down the normal, everyday communications, internet, cable, that kind of stuff. So it doesn't say that they're going to turn everything off altogether. It's just the bad stuff will come crashing down, okay, because the tower, it will all come to an end, but it also means big changes, okay? It also means a new beginning of a big change because it's going to be death to the old ways of doing things. I find that fascinating that they did. This is why, thank you very much. Okay, so the reason that they haven't done it yet is because of this Five of Wands, still fighting over it, when to do it, how to do it, because we all know mainstream media is a hot mess. No one wants to listen to it. Okay, so we're waiting on this guy to make his decision. Now, I tell you all the time, the kings also can represent Trump, and that he's the integrity king. Okay, so he's going to have the final say, but it is coming. I find that fascinating. So the Signal app and our communications and taking it all down needs to happen. The death and the tower card tells me that. It is all going to come crashing down, but I like the ace, I like the Empress card, and especially the justice in the community. Those are the two first cards. That's what it means to take it down. I like the base card, and it's a military card, the wands. Okay. Cut off communications. It's another way of finding the bad guy. Okay. But I don't believe that we're going to be left out in the cold. So, yes, if you, I mean, I hope that makes you feel better. I don't think, how in the world are they going to talk to us if we don't have some form of communication? But yeah, good. You don't have a phone, Brianna? It's okay, honey. One way or another, if you've got a tablet, a TV, a computer, anything, I mean, obviously you've got something because you're talking to us. So you won't lose your electricity. I don't believe it. I believe that there will be hot spots in cities like the blue cities, blue states. We've talked about that, where it could get a little hairy, where you're going to see more military out. And if that's the case, stay in your home and trust the military. If you've got a medical emergency, they will work with you. Those cities may see a brief drop off in electricity, just to get control with a curfew. And once everybody's complied into their homes, they can flip the switch and it'll come right back on. So, I mean, but one way or another, unless it's an MRAP and the military are driving down your street with the big megaphone saying, this is a United States military emergency. Please stay in your home. We've all seen the movies and some may have seen it in real life, but expect something like that. Now, if you live in a red state, red city, and you don't really have a lot of problems, you probably just get the little beep, 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 beep on your phone or your TV. Okay. And people won't be able to get around it because they're going to take down the whole system. That's why I like um, the tower card with that and the death card. They're going to take everything down, but we will still have a form of communication with the community card. So it's not like you'll be able to change the channel and not listen to the beep, beep, beep. You will be forced to watch it. Okay. Yep. I agree, Brianna. Trust in God. Yeah. It's hard. But I also believe that we've cleaned out the bad military and the people that were compliant to the New World Order. I think they're gone. The men and women I know that are still Lee's brothers, I fully trust them. Even the ones that are retired. So, yep, trust in God, have faith, pray on it, meditate on it, good energy, vibrations. You're just going to keep doing your thing, just like we do here. And you'll know if things go down, you won't hear from me until it's over with. And that's okay. That'll be a party in the street. You know, I'll get on here as soon as comms go back up. We don't even know if these platforms will still exist. But that's why you guys have my phone number, my address and stuff, my personal information, because I want you to be able to, if it's snail mail and you write a letter, we will still talk to each other. I promise. Okay. All right. What else we got? You joined a chat group on Signal. Would this group be interested in starting a chat group on Signal? Anyone savvy enough to do it? Absolutely. We could come up with a system. I mean, we could. Well, you all come up with the name. It's your idea. let me pull my Signal app up and see what. Mm, of course. You can tell how long it's been on here. All right. It's got to update because I just don't use it. It's just there for emergency. But um, I'm glad that it's there, and I just need to update it. I'm glad it told me that because heaven forbid if this went down and then I didn't have it, that wouldn't work very well. So I'm going to let it do its thing. All right. I don't know what it needs to do, but I don't know. It went blank. We'll figure it out. But you know what, Elle? I think that's a good idea. What would you guys want to call it? If you guys want to download the Signal app, I'm not telling you have to. Be sovereign. Our name being the sound of a rifle. I don't know. Have I ever told you what my ringtone is? What happened to my cards? You want to know what my ringtone is? I think I was doing a reading with Christine. I don't know if she just didn't believe me or what, but I played my ringtone for her. And she goes, "Why does that not surprise me?" All right. So I'm going to hold this up to the mic the best I can. This is my ringtone. Play. Play. Yep. That's it. You should have known it would have had a ch in it. Yep. Because that's me. That's my ringtone. Yep. I think it's worth it. Doesn't cost you anything. Signal is free. It does not cost anything. So whether it's Android, go to the Play Store, Google Play Store, or the Apple Store, whatever. But Signal is free. It doesn't cost you anything. You just need a username and your phone number. That's it. And it's very private. It's not like one of these great big platforms and they share all your information. As far as I understand, it is military run. So, y'all laughing at my ringtone? Why? You shouldn't surprise you. You know what's funny? When I'm out in public and that sucker goes off, I kind of have people look at me. But um, but yeah, it is free, and I think it would be a great way of, Brianna, I was just thinking of something. Since you said you didn't have a phone, do you have a tablet or a computer? I wonder if you can download the app to your desktop or your home screen. I wonder if you could do it that way. Of course, for texting or whatever, you wouldn't have to have a microphone. If you wanted to use it as a phone, you'd have to have an installed mic. But just curious to know, that'd be something we could look into because I don't want to leave anybody out. Which Signal is it? Mine is this little blue. Let me see if I can show it to the camera. See if I can get it to focus. It's just this blue thing, and it's got this white, like bubble, a talking bubble in it. That's the one that's on mine. Now, of course, it's still updating, so they may have changed the picture, but from what I understand, I can look it up. That's the one that I use. Yeah. Yeah, it's the one that I've got is still blue, and then it has the talking white bubble in it. So, yep. And totally free. It's got more than 100 million downloads, so somebody's prepared to be able to chit chat. So I know Leah's on it. Of course, mine is just Jen Ryder, and it's my phone number, so you can just look me up. And I think we've got, how does this friend request? It's the same thing that we do when we message each other. See, this says get started. We could start a new group, and you can invite friends, and we don't have to do it. I can go back and edit this and kill the live chat so no one they can't see our information later. If you wanted to put your info in here, that's fine. I could kill the live chat box. It's totally up to you. But anyway, you find me and we will we'll become friends, and then we can start a group. So, hi Deb. You have a blessed day, sweetheart. We'll catch you on the replay, darling. Okay. It verifies with the phone number. Yep. Okay. So you can't download it to a desktop. We need to get you a phone, Brianna, unless you just don't want one. Some people don't. Okay. Well, if we do start a group, think of a name. Let's think of something. Because we'll need to know where we're going. Whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. You don't have to use New Beginnings' name. Not at all. I mean, y'all think of something and I don't know. I don't care if we call it Nadia's karaoke cheerleaders, you know. I'll tell you what, Miss Nadia sent me a clip of her singing. It was good. And she kept her promise. She did her song, I Won't Back Down. There is a Signal download for Windows. Well, she was saying that it verifies with a phone number and she doesn't have a phone. Will it still work? And Victoria doesn't have a phone either. Okay. I wonder if there's a way to verify it through like Wi-Fi or something. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I'm not a techie person if you hadn't figured that out yet. Encrypted, yeah. You have a home phone, but no cell. Okay, gotcha. So you still got a landline. All right. Well, I guess we just have some homework to do. We'll look into it. I'll let Lee handle that. He's the brainiac of all that fancy techie stuff. I don't know. I'd do good to turn my phone on. Tarot junkies. Oh, you're so funny. Are you junkies? The ones I know where I am. I don't blame you, Victoria. That's all right. Jen's Tarot junkies. You can download for Windows, then it should verify with an IP address. All right. There you go. See? Barb's smart. You smart. You're a smart girl. You all keep tossing around ideas and we'll create a group chat. I'd love to keep in contact with you when it all blows up. So, all right. So what other questions we got, guys? What's going on in the world? Like I said, the geopolitical crap that we're watching right now, this tit for tat and who's going to sue who and who's investigating who. Now, Wednesday will be interesting. Lee has the day off, but I'm still going to be determined to do my afternoon show at 1 o'clock. I just have to tell him that he can't have the computer at that hour, which he's fine. But Wednesday's the day we're supposed to find out about the Supreme Court case and to see if the defenders of Mr. Brunson's case, if they only have through Wednesday to respond. Hopefully, we'll know something by 1 o'clock. If not, whenever it does become breaking news, I'll let you know. Like I said, starting the news schedule this week just means Monday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard, Wednesday afternoons at 1 Eastern Standard, and then Friday evening recap for the week at 7 Eastern Standard. Okay. Now, if something happens in between there or energy strikes and we just need to do an impromptu, then that's what we'll do. Rounding up people, including the clones. Man, I sure hope so. We can pull cards because I don't, if they've taken the originals out, the ones that sold their souls and all that kind of stuff, why would you want the clones walking around? I just don't understand. Because what I do understand is clones don't have, if they're soulless creatures, which I can't quite figure out that, but that's beyond space and time and beyond my brain at this point. Because if you don't have a soul, you don't have much of a moral compass. That's not saying a whole lot for people that have no morals anyway, but, let's just ask. Are they taking out the clones? Lee says you have to have signal on your phone. Oh, okay. Welfare office? Well, you're new. I'm going to assume that's not spam. Are you a real person? Welfare gang in here? Or are you a troll? I don't know. I'm just asking. Just never seen you before. So, okay. But Lee says that you have to have signal on your phone. Okay, well, Victoria, Brianna, you guys have my physical address. If this goes down for any length of time, write it down on a piece of paper. And you can snail mail me if the mail's still running at that time. And I will write you back to let you know that my part of the world has not gone kaplooey. That's the best I can give you, but it's better than nothing. Dragonfly, I don't know what it is, sweet darling, but that did not open. Flunky moderators? Really? Get them, Dumpling. I'm not liking you too well. All right, let's get back to Nadia's question. She wanted to know if they're going to round up the clones. Good question. They're rounding up the clones. Gotta love the trolls. Could be my troll from the other day. They just changed their name. Whatever. Aren't you precious? We love you. All right. Are they rounding up the clones? I'm going to round up some trolls while you're at it. Still didn't open, darling. If it's a picture or something, I don't know why. It did not open. If it's a picture or something, I don't know. Now, if you've got Facebook Messenger, it will show up on that. But for some reason, my text, it will not open. I don't know why. It just does. All right. Are these clones being rounded up? I like your base card as an ace of wands. So there's one yes. Let's see what we get with the layout. Oh, wow. Well, that's a huge yes. But I'm getting that most of it was already done. Okay, so here's what I have. Yep. Taking a knee, surrendering, great loss. Okay. So some have been taken down, but we still got a few in the back, and that's how we answer the question to that. But yes, they have surrendered. This is the pass card, and this is why it tells me that, because this is underneath it, that it came very, very quickly, and this has already been done. That happened a long time ago. Might have some stragglies. But King of Wands, it was ordered by this guy. Okay. We all know Trump can be a king, and in that aspect. Yep. Here's your worker bee card. There's your Eight of Pentacles. So yes, it was a work in progress for a really, really long time. And here is cheers to us. Okay. You know, your Nine of Cups is always a celebration for the community, us, society, the world. And the king was sitting under the other king. And of course, he's the King of Swords. And so that means the truth is coming. So the truth will come out about the cloning. Yeah, you showed up, didn't you? All right. Ah, I see. Okay. So guess who popped in? So, hi, Mr. T. There's your Emperor card. Yep. We needed a new beginning, a new outlook, a new path. No more cloning. We're not playing that game anymore. Okay. Now, I'm going to look at this card in two different ways. One of them, the cloning is always done to these people at a young age. Okay. And then they're brought up and groomed to be just like the original. But I also look at the Page of Wands is manifesting a new beginning. Okay. So no more of this. No more tucking babies and cloning and doing all that stuff. Neo diamond magnets deactivate chip implants. Never heard of that. Not sure what it was. Okay. Brianna did gematria. Believe in God. He believes in you. And here is what popped out to me. Okay. All right. Yes. Go eat your lunch, Limo. Okay. So, chip implants. I also understand, I've heard a lot of celebrities, the ones that have turned against the deep state. Like people like Roseanne Barr, she's very vocal about the cabal system, and they tried to destroy her career, pretty much did. She used to come out when the Q movement started. She used to come out all the time. She goes, I don't know. I could walk out of here today and they could drone strike me. And I always found that, what do you mean drone strike you? Because I think of like military drones. Are they going to bomb you in the street? That makes no sense. No, I did a little bit more research and I studied a couple different things. One was the Vril, which the Black Eye Club, which I've never seen her do. And that's the implanted Vril alien creature that takes over, implants into your eye and your brain, takes you over completely. You're just a host at that point. Now, but I've also understood those implants and stuff, the MK Ultra, and they can turn it on and off and at will. So, and I have seen her do many, many interviews and things, and she kind of zones out at times and just goes blank. It makes me wonder. I'm not saying that she is bad. I'm not saying that. But if they do have the ability to do those things, that's kind of scary. It'd be like unplugging a robot and it just goes, and then that's it. So, yeah. And the other one, okay, you're doing gematria. I am everything I am because of you. Love it, Brianna. That's beautiful, honey. They're those, okay, the magnets, real powerful magnets, and they're making toys with them. Oh, so you think if people have been chipped, the magnets will turn them off? I hope that means that there's no like ill repercussions for like what will happen. It doesn't harm them. It just turns the chip off. Wow. I don't know where I've been. Nadia's heard about that too. Where have I been? I'm fascinated by that. Interesting. Let me write that down. I'll go do my homework. I'll do homework. You're not the only ones. Magnets. Well, we all know magnets are very, very powerful. I mean, you know, Gaia Terra, Earth herself is magnetic, so makes sense to me. Okay. Harm the child, it just deactivates the chip. Okay. Good chip implants too. Yeah. I guess it's a matter of opinion. I don't want anything foreign in my body. But I've had so many surgeries, they could have put chips in me a long time ago and I wouldn't know it. But we put chips in our fur babies so they don't get lost. People are wanting to do that to kids in case they get kidnapped. And I can understand the logic of wanting to do it. I don't know. There's still part of me that doesn't resonate with me quite that way, but to each his own. Oh, you heard about the Virils? Yeah. The Virils are a species of offworlders, and they're not good. They are the smaller version of the Draco, and it's kind of looks like a tadpole. It's really very microscopic, and they pull down the eye and they inject it into the eye. It goes behind the eye, so it connects to the back of the optic nerve, and then also the tail connects to the brain, so they can see everything that you're doing, but they have connection to the brain to make you do everything it wants you to do. You're just a puppet, honey, at that point. You're just a host, and they cannot survive without the host. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a form of a lizard. Yeah, it's in the Draco family, but it's a smaller version. But anytime you've seen like politicians or actors come out and they've got black eyes and they use some excuse they fell on a treadmill or something. Yep. That's what they call the black eye club. Yeah. Let me see if I can type it in here. That should be the way it's spelled if you ever want to look it up. Draco Minion. Yeah. They same family, same off-worlder, evil. This is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Keep saying that, Brianna. Do not give consent. Yeah, but here's the thing. Um, because they cannot take over unless you give them consent. So it's not like they can hold you down and make you do it because our conscious, um, in our sovereignty, we say no. These people do this willingly. And if they're willing to do it, then they're promised all these things and ugh, fame, money. I don't know. Even the ones that are threatened, if you don't do it, then we're going to kill your family, that kind of stuff. They still give consent. I'm sorry, I love my family, but I ain't doing that crap. Is it okay? So there's no I in the beginning. Okay. So Joe says it's VRIL. Okay. All right. So there's no first I. All right. Yeah, there's pictures, there's video of it. I mean, it's not pretty. I don't remember the website I had. If I can find it, we'll share it next time. It's disgusting, but it is a real thing. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen videos of the hybrids and breeding humans with different types of animals and ugh. Yeah. Nasty, nasty stuff. All the stuff that's going on in Middle Earth, and yes, we do have Middle Earth. It's mind-boggling of the things that we don't know about them. And here's the weird thing. A lot of them don't know about us. They don't know that there's an upper world. It's insane. And I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but it's true. Just like there's, the off-worlders up there all around us in their ships, the good kind. Um, it reminds me of something Trump said the other night when he did his speech. He was talking about we're soon to have contact or the first people on Mars. Well, hello. We've got people on Mars and have been there for a very, very long time. If they get there through a portal, I just thought it was fascinating that he mentioned it because that truth, he's trying to prepare people that truth is going to come out. It's not like the movie Martian and they just land on it after 8 years or whatever and they're the only ones there. This stuff has been going on for a long time. Okay. Yep. Hi, Mary. How are you, honey? No, you're very right, Miss Lexington lady herself. There are things I don't want to see because you cannot unsee it. I never want anybody to have to watch anything that has to do with our babies because I don't, my soul would probably rip into two. I cannot handle that. Gross things like aliens don't bother me. Some people are different. So, yeah, kind of looks similar to a stingray, but much, much smaller with legs. Yeah, it is full grown capacity, it is, but not when they insert it because that's more like a tad size of a tadpole kind of a thing. But yeah, freaky, freaky stuff. And they've been around a long, long time. So, yep. All right, guys. Do we have any other questions? What else we got going on? Anything personal? Anything to look forward to this week? Of course, we'll continue to pull intel every day until something pops up. FIFA, remind me what that stands for. Acronyms. There's only a million in my brain. Oh, soccer. Oh, the sport that doesn't count. I'm just teasing. I'm not a soccer fan. I'm assuming it's the season. What's the question? Who's going to win? What? I don't know. I don't watch it. I love sports. Soccer ain't one of them. Just to the USA. What about it? Be very specific in the question. You may ask about the team. What about the team? Are they going to do well? You tell me. Oh. You got to remind me, Nadia. I will find it. I keep it. I promise. Let me go look. Mm-hmm. Okay. That they're crooked. Gotcha. Yep. Now we've heard enough stories like the NFL and the NBA and all the people that own them and how corrupt it is and all that stuff. So, yep. So we're just asking if the FIFA is just as corrupt as they are. So my gut tells me yes, but let's pull cards. All right. I used to be sports obsessed. And then they started doing that kneeling thing. And I'm like, nope. Because then it's all political agenda. Now they're showing their true colors. But let's just ask if soccer is just as corrupt. Just once you kind of want somebody to say, nope, they're actually good people. Can't ever seem to find them. Okay. Got 2 that got spit out. All right. Here's the 2 that got spit. Interesting. That's sad. Okay. All right. So they were good. They were good. And in the past, they stood their ground to stay good. But the fighting started. This is normally how things get taken down. Yeah. What you see, the moon, it's an illusion. This is sad. But worker B card, once again, they're working on taking it down because there's your tower. I hate that. Yeah. But I think just like everything else, it'll be rebranded and renamed or owned by humanitarian. And I'm going to show you why. We will celebrate, though, because we want them to take down the corruption. It's just sad that they have to do that. But we will celebrate because it'll be rebranded for humanitarian purposes. 6 of Pentacles is my humanitarian card. Yep, and it'll be sovereign and clear. Okay. Clear. I'm trying to blind me. Light. But it will be sovereign again to what its original state was. So it was good at one time, and they stood their ground as long as they could, but fighting started and it got overtaken. But to answer your question, Nadia, it used to be good. It's being taken down, but it'll be rebranded for good humanitarian purposes. I'm pretty sure we're not going to see sports of any character get paid millions and billions of dollars. I think it is going to go back to original purpose of entertainment. And that's what it should be. Why is it in the guitar? I know that I don't pronounce that correctly. It's pronounced cutter, is it not? You have to pay $75 for beer that is illegal there and sponsored by Budweiser. Yep, you did mention that. Yeah, because I saw the beer part that I put it in my notes. I put FIFA, soccer, good, bad, beer. That's what I wrote. Thank you for reminding me of what that exactly meant. So, first, it's pronounced cutter, is it not? Because we all say Qatar, but I think it's cutter. If I don't want to offend anybody, but okay. So you pay. Lexington lady, you just quit drinking. Okay. So you pay $75 for beer. So first of all, they're selling it where in a country that it's illegal. And they're sponsored by Budweiser. Okay. Let's ask. I keep getting in my gut that this is about exposure, but let's pull cards. So why is Budweiser sponsoring in a country where alcohol is forbidden or illegal? And you pay $75 for beer? Jesus, what is it around here? I don't know. $75 for beer. Are you talking like a cup of beer? Or a keg? That's insane. The elite. Yeah. All right. All right. So let's just, we're going to look for the answers of why is Budweiser in there? Why are they doing alcohol when it's illegal? I keep getting exposure, but let's see what tarot says. Okay. That's a good question, Brianna. Yeah. Nadia, it is exposure, sweetheart. Okay, let me explain. It's fascinating that they're doing it, and it's fascinating that they're doing it in countries with religions that don't agree with that. I mean, that's insane. So, all right. So the Queen of Pentacles, we're asking mystery. This represents Nadia because she asked the question. The mystery behind this. What is going on? It's a pentacle. It's money. What is happening? This is I know this is going to sound strange. This is a good thing because that's the Sun card. It's going to be a great outcome. But this is why. The trickster, it's not what you think it is, and it's illusion. It's not what you think it is. It is to expose the elite to come crashing down who's actually in control. And you're going to have to wait for your answer, reposition your thought process and wait, because the reason that they are not allowing, remember, King of Cups is full of secrets under the cloak and no boundaries. They have no boundaries at this point to expose these people. That's why they're allowing this stuff to happen. But the people will benefit. This is We the People card. They will get to see this. Wow, that's different. Okay. All right. So your confirmation is, yeah, the inner fighting, all the stuff that's going on. So the alliance versus the cabal, because they're everywhere. Remember, it's not just one country or two. For all of humanity, it will be sovereign and full of integrity again. Okay. So it has a beautiful outcome, but they have to do this very slowly. So wait with the hangman. But the tower above it, it means it's going to come crashing down. But that King of Cups, it says they're not putting boundaries anymore. So they don't have limits of how they're going to expose it. Now they're selling alcohol into countries that forbid it. They don't care. They've got to get this done and exposed. And it also riles the people up. So they make the price maybe so outrageous they can't afford it, so people won't buy it, to violate their personal morals, but it's to expose who's in charge and that kind of stuff, if that makes sense. Okay, Brianna wants to know there'll be death sentence for drug dealers. But Nadia, I hope that answered your question. If there's a way you want me to reword it, I'd be happy to. Yeah, getting a grip on the legal system and loopholes. That's because the legal system has to be totally dismantled, and we cannot do maritime law under the Crown system, under the Bar Association. We cannot do it. We have to go back to sovereign common law of God. Okay. Okay. I don't drink, but I do go to the bar for karaoke. Free will. Yeah. It's everybody's choice. You go karaoke. No one's slapping a beer in your hand and saying you got to drink. And you do you. Well, Joe, honey, I'm so glad you're here. All of you. Y'all do what you got to do. And congratulations for all of you who have quit. Okay. You're welcome, sweetie. Let's go back up. Okay. So Brianna wanted to know if there's going to be death sentences for drug dealers. I think there should be death sentence for a lot of different crimes, if you ask me. Put in the express lane. Making people pay, and they stay on death row for years and years and years. If you've been sentenced to whatever, death penalty or whatever. Okay. Yeah, I think it should be expedited. I don't think people need to be sitting in jail. If you've gone through the appeal system, see, once all that, the legal system is taken down, you're not going to be able to do it. You just can't. If you're found guilty, sentence will be carried out immediately if it's the death penalty. But let's ask about drug dealers in particular. I think it should be that way for Anybody that harms our babies. That may sound kind of harsh to some people, but I think domestic violence, rape, murder, anything, you're out of here. All right. So drug dealers. All right. Okay. Okay, so I have a yes, but it's going to be very particular of like how many offenses they have. Let me explain. All right. So we're just asking, with the Three of Pentacles as a community, what is going to happen to these people? Well, it tells me that they're going to base it on how many offenses and how severe it is. Like first time offense, because I have baby Paige. Like first time I've done this, okay? Probably looks like, well, they'll stand the ground, maybe give them another chance or something, like a striking process, like strike one, that kind of system. But here's what I get in the past. If you've done this, the elite system and trafficking and all that kind of stuff, drug dealing, drug trafficking, because this is in the past. So if you're a baby Paige, you might get a second choice, like a chance to, you can stand your ground and you get another chance. If you're this dude and it's because it's in the past and you're like way up there on the food chain, so to speak, and you've been doing this a long time, I get yes, Tower. Yes, that's a yes when it comes to the question of death penalty, because this goes back to our law and our sovereignty. Because anytime we have the Nine of Pentacles, she's that sovereign, law-abiding, moral standard. That's what she stands for. So we're going to have to weigh our options. So the Four of Pentacles, when I usually say this, that's holding on, it just means that we're going to have to, it means being very careful of how you make your decisions. Now, normally, Pentacles mean be very careful how you handle your money. But this is Pentacle and earthbound, that we have to be very careful how we manifest and who gets it and who doesn't, basically. So we still have some form of the justice system. So if you are new to drug dealing, probably, and it's not real severe, I'd say you probably get a strike policy. But the big dogs, yeah, you're out of here. Queen of Wands. So this is just to confirm, well, it's our heart and desire, take these people down that we can't see. Strength in the new justice system. She's looking forward to the new system, because this is sitting right beside of it, and that's the Six of Swords, moving out of troubled waters. So we have strength in knowing that we're moving away from what they're doing. The whole justice system, moving away from drugs, period. Big pharma gets taken down. That's huge. So, and then individual street drugs, homemade things. Yeah. So it'll be based on if you're new to it and you're a baby Paige, that's your base card. You probably get a second chance, but you've been doing this a while. You're out of here. We're not going. Yeah, big drug dealing loophole. Yep. Good for you, sweetheart. So it looks like death penalty, yes, but for the people that have been doing this for a long time, and the ones that have been doing like horrible things. And Trump talked about that in his speech too, and how well, you kind of have to code it. He was talking about China and them not having a drug problem because they have a speedy trial. Like, you get caught in the morning, you're dead by the evening. Let's put it that way. But it was also coded as if you get caught doing something really bad, meaning treason. So he he had a nice segue of how he worded it. He started talking about drug dealers, but he was actually focusing on people that have committed treason. Military tribunals are very quick. They usually are done within a few hours. So, and then they carry out sentence immediately. Talk about express lane. Yep, I agree. Yep. Yeah, I'm not talking about I guess if you word it this way, like if marijuana, I'm not talking about synthetic stuff. I don't agree with that stuff. If it's naturally grown and God made it, because we use herbs for all kinds of things. They're going to have to make a decision of what's okay and what's not. Synthetically altered things that can cause really bad health problems should be stopped immediately. But the big issues that we've got, like with fentanyl and people making methamphetamines and stuff, but you take down big pharma, they're not going to have much to work with. You would have to know apothecary and herbs and natural remedies, but natural remedies don't cause problems if you do it right. Does that make sense? Um, yeah, it's a good question, Nadia, because tobacco technically, it by itself is not bad. It's a natural plant, but it's the crap that they add to it. You understand what I'm saying? The chemicals and stuff that they put in it. I think we're going to have to really split hairs of what is considered natural plants and using it in that manner versus the synthetic stuff and the poison and the junk that they add to it. So, you know, that's the way I look at it. So maybe we're gonna go through a rebranding process. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we can ask the cards if cigarettes and marijuana will be considered drugs. I still think that the synthetic stuff will be, but not natural things. Because do you know that tobacco actually has good remedies to things? You can make a tobacco leaf poultice and it helps wounds. I mean, there's good purposes just for the tobacco leaf. We grew up raising tobacco. What people did with it after that, I don't know. We just raised it. Well, Brianna, yeah, and that's the thing. I think the synthetic part of it, the fake crap and the stuff that they add to it is the problem. The good natural stuff, I do believe Creator made everything for a reason. You know, if you take a poppy flower, the natural milk from a poppy seed is an opiate to help with pain. We are supposed to have natural things like that. It's the crap that they add to it through big pharma that makes it addictive and turns it into heroin and that kind of stuff. But the actual poppy plant and the milk seed bulb, you squeeze that out and actually just ingest the milk, it doesn't have all that after effects and addiction. It just heals, it helps with the pain temporarily, but no one's mixing it with other stuff, so it becomes an addiction. You understand what I'm saying? But we can ask. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to come down to the natural things. That's all I'm saying. Government is not going to be allowed to do anything with it. They're going to have to. People are going to. You're going to in humanitarian world. You're going to have more options and more choices, more free will. Government can't poke their nose in anybody's business. You know, think about it. What was it back in the 20s? You know, when Prohibition came around, people were making bootleg whiskey. Believe me, moonshiner still exists to this day. but they came in and came up with prohibition because the government wasn't making any money off of it. You want to make corn whiskey in the back of your forest somewhere, that's your business, ain't mine. That's on you, not me. But the government stepped in and said, no, you can't do that because we don't get a profit. So it's all about money. You guys know that. Power, control, money, that's big pharma. So let's just ask a simple question. If the natural stuff will get to stick around and the synthetic stuff will go away, like marijuana, tobacco, things like that. Let's just see what the cards say in general. What's it going to go to? And it may say death to it all. I don't know. With med beds, why would we need medicine? We don't know how long that's going to take to roll out. So we have to be realistic as well. So what can you tell us, Source, about natural versus synthetic products in our future? What can you tell us? Okay. Totally understand that. All right. That's exactly what we were just talking about. Okay. So boundaries have to be set. Okay, there's your King of Cups again. Boundaries have to be set. Okay. Now, for the community, and humanitarian purposes, remember, Six of Pentacles, it has to be changed around. Wheel of Fortune means flipping it the other direction, okay? All right. So to benefit the people for humanitarian purposes and what they're going to do. All right. Now, all the stuff that they've been making, hoarding and doing all that, I just look at that and think and feel big pharma, okay? And the money, you just hoarding it. It's like money grows on trees. Well, there's your perfect example of big pharma. So illusion, Seven of Cups, all the stuff that they put into these products. Okay, let's just look at that, and it means synthetic. All the crap and choices, and they put stuff into it, are not going to get to fool the people anymore. So I believe that we will go back to the natural stuff. Oh, and I like the confirmation. This is good. They're already in the agreement of how they're going to do this. This is perfect. We just have to wait with the Hangman to see what happens. So rest and assured that the truth is going to come out about all their little secrets and all the gifts that are hidden that we will get to. Four of Swords, that's what it means. So just rest in comfort of knowing the truth is going to come out about the gifts that are actually available for healing, but the secrets of their crap as well. So apparently they're already working on this because I have a contract. We just have to wait. Okay. All right. Mary, got to go. You have a blessed day, sweet darling. Okay. So your base card on that, I like the way that's aspected as well, because the Five of Cups, it'll be a loss of some of the things, but remember what will still remain in the background. So I really think that we will get back to a natural healing process and what that means. And I believe meditation is going to be one of the big ones as well, because that's not ingesting anything except breathing in source and mother and father creator. All right. I don't know if that makes anybody feel any better, because to me, if you're sovereign, you make your own choices and what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you what you can and cannot or should not want to do. That's up to you, because I wouldn't want anybody telling me that. But I do know one thing. Big Pharma got to go. Light and sound. That's right, Brianna. That's what we ingest. Light and sound and vibration and the breath of our creator. Absolutely. Okay? Very guys, we've done an hour and a half. Do you have anything else you want to talk about today? You tell me. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Am I doing information exchange? Okay. That's fine. We can do it through text or email. That's fine. I'll exchange anybody's information with your permission. That's it. You have to give me permission first. Somebody asks for it and I don't have their consent. I won't. Not to be mean and nasty and ugly, but it's got to be a two-way street. You guys let me know when I'm supposed to exchange that and if it's all right. All right. So, last call for question. Anything? What you got? If not, anybody got plans for the rest of the day? Something tells me I have to go to the grocery store. I have to get some things in the house. Couple of things I still got to buy for Thanksgiving. We're not doing anything big. What are you guys going to do? If you celebrate. Some people don't celebrate. Are you guys going to do anything? Are you making a turkey? I wish I could wait to go to the store tomorrow because they're giving out free turkeys and hams. I may just have to, like, I don't know, go 2 days in a row. Me in public 2 days in a row. What is this world coming to? Ugh. But I do have to get stuff in the house. But they are giving free turkeys and hams away tomorrow. And if it's free is good. And since I already got a turkey for Thanksgiving, I might as well grab the ham for Christmas and be done with it if it don't come out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Are you doing potluck? That's cool. Yeah, we don't get together with anybody. It's just this crew in this house, and I'm sure I'm going to have tons of help. Lee helps me, and the kids. I give everybody a job to do. They've made it a lot easier as my kids have grown and gotten older and learned how to cook. It used to just be me, and I would feed probably 30 people. But no, this old lady don't want to do that no more. I'd rather sit with the babies while they watch the parade, which I don't even know if that's going to be on this year or not. Whatever. Going to Minnesota. Yeah, if you guys are traveling this week, any way, shape, or form, long distance, short distance, whatever, y'all be safe. Say your prayer and manifest good trips. Okay? Beautiful, Joe. Will you enjoy that? Just soak it in. Enjoy that family time. You know, we can take a break and not sit around and worry about intel and what's happening in the world and all that good stuff. Just be with family, be with friends, travel safe. So, you guys, I'm still going to try to aim to do Wednesday's 1 o'clock show. You guys can let me know in the comments whether it's here or later. If you're going to be traveling and there's not really a lot of people around Wednesday, I can always wait and we'll just do Friday's show since it is a holiday weekend. It's up to you guys. 99 cents a pound turkey. Wow. Well, you know, you do you. I think our turkey was 69 cents a pound. I don't know. Should have waited for the free one. Gotta do what you gotta do. All right. Yeah. Yeah, honey, I feel you. You know, I think a lot of us are dealing with it. Family just thinks we're crazy and we're black sheeps of the family. But you know what? That's all right. We have each other. And if we all live close by, we do Jen's potluck That's what we would do. And someday we will. Yep. That's the best part about having a turkey, even if you just got a couple of people, or the leftovers, is you can turn it into lots of different things. But whatever you guys choose to do, and if you're traveling family, one or two people, 800 people, whatever, which would drive me nuts. But whatever you guys do it safe, but enjoy it and love it, because we spend too much time stressing out and worrying about worldly three-dimensional crap that we don't need to be worrying about. So, all right, Elle's gonna make some turkey salad. All right. Yep, I agree, Nadia. People that don't speak to us, we send them love and light and energy and frequency to just let them know that we're here. And I'm just convinced that if they just stop closing themselves off, eventually that vibration will not just bounce off of them, because they build up so many walls. It's like made of lead. But whatever, they're going to do them, and that's their free will. So, all right, guys. Y'all just let me know if you're going to be traveling, and if we can't get together Wednesday, then just let me know. It's fine. I'll talk to one person. I don't care. But it could just be an afternoon show. I plan on doing it at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll just get together and see what's going on the next couple of days, and see about this court hearing, or whatever, the Supreme Court thing. So we'll just do what we do. And then Friday, I don't, that Black Friday stuff, you can count me out. I don't do it. So I ain't got no money to do it. So what are you going to do? I don't know how people are shopping this year. I just don't. But I'm going to do Friday evening show at 7 p.m. recap of the worldly events, and we'll handle that. People go shopping, go shopping. Yep. Yep. Commit to the now, in this moment. That's what we're doing. All right, guys. It was a good show. Good little morning. I didn't drink any coffee, but I don't think my tummy wants coffee right now. That's okay. You all be well, be safe if you're traveling. And I'm here. You know where I'm at. Yep. You guys have a wonderful day. Love and light. Some all that good stuff. Throw in a karaoke song or two. And love one another. Love all y'all, all my darlings. And I'll be talking to you. If some weird thing happens, breaking news, I may pop in. If not, I will talk to you later. But let's work on this little signal thing if you guys want to form a group. Mine is just Jen Ryder, R-I-D-E-R, and my phone number, which is in the description. Look me up, send me a friend request, just say, hey, it's me, and maybe we'll start a little group. That would be a good idea. That way we can keep in contact. And if you don't have a phone or whatever, like I said, write my address on a physical piece of paper in case you can't get to it later, and snail mail me. Whew, my ears are ringing so bad right now. Ugh, frequency. That's good. Yes, y'all stay warm. I hope you don't have to shovel yourself out of 10 feet of snow. All right, guys. Till next time, I love you. Love you, darlings. Bye-bye.